And if you look at my point from my last video, it's like in the West, people always like to get sensitive. It's like God shouldn't tell me what to do. It's like, okay, you're already being told what to do. You just don't know who you're being told what to do by. But whatever. If you look right now, in the Middle East, you have Saudi Arabia, you have Dubai, all these countries that have American military bases in which they're they're you know what they're doing. I don't want to get banned on this thing, but you know exactly what they're doing. So you have Muslim countries that are allowing non-Muslims to do all the things to these poor Muslim countries and these poor Muslim people. And what happened was, if you look historically, there was one empire. The empire fell apart. And then it got broken into these little nations. And these little nations were divided by race and culture instead of their belief systems. And the people are still together, but the governments, all these governments that are there, are working with one another. And really just they're betraying I think they're betraying their population. It seems like they are. Because how can you make a deal with a country knowing that that country is starving women and children? How do you make a deal with a country knowing that country is starving women and children, directly or indirectly? Directly or indirectly. Whether they're paying for the arms to do it. I don't want to say names, but everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. So clearly, I'll read it again. I'll read the next. Tell me this doesn't make sense. So, I mean, you go get mad at me about this. The people who think that I think that you should be friends if you're from one religion, you can be friends with the other person's religion. That's no problem. But when it comes to looking for protection, look what happens when you look for protection for people who don't share your system of values. Stick as a group, and a group is based off a series of ideals. How does a country built? How is the United States built? It's like the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. Like those are the beliefs. The Constitution is the belief. So if you don't believe in the Constitution, is it possible to be an American? And if you don't believe in the Quran, is it possible to be Muslim? Now, the Constitution and the Quran can get along very well because the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, by the way, are rights protected under God, not the government. But that's a totally different conversation. I don't know how I got off on that side. My point is, I'll read it. So believers should not take disbelievers as guardians instead of the believers. And whoever does so will have nothing to hope for from God, unless it is a precaution against their tyranny, and God warns you about himself, and to God is the final return. I already went over that in my last video. Now let's go to the other next two ayahs. Say, O prophet, whether you conceal what is in your hearts or reveal it, it is known to God. So have the right intention. For he knows whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And God is the most capable of everything. Watch for the day when every soul will be presented with whatever good it has done. And it will wish that its misdeeds were far off. And God warns you about himself. And God is ever gracious to his servants. Say, O prophet, if you sincerely love God, then follow me. God will love you and forgive your sins. For God is all forgiving and most merciful. The tension and release. Say, O prophet, obey God and his messenger. If they still turn away, then God truly does not like the disbelievers. One more? Can we do one more? Indeed, God chose Adam, Noah, the family of Abraham, and the family of Imran above all people of their time. They are descendants of one another. And God is all hearing and God knowing. And the next one goes into the birth of Mary, which we'll get into. Hopefully in the next video, we'll get into it. The reality is that you want to be around people who share your values. And what I see from the world is that when you betray your values, you betray your value hierarchy. So the word sin, and this is important to know, the word sin is an archery term. And what it means is to miss the mark in which you aimed for. So you have a mark, which means you have an aim, and you're shooting towards that aim, and you miss that aim, that's a sin. So the reason why you need a structure of values is so you know exactly where to go and what to do. You have a purpose. You have a purpose to aim towards. And everything other than that is a sin. Everything other than that is sin. So why am I telling you this? Well, when you adopt another person's value hierarchies, you don't even know what your values anymore are. But if there is an objective morality, then that means that you're sinning without even knowing that you're sinning. Because to miss the mark in which you aimed for, whether or not you, if God is real and God is the objective truth, then if you're turning away from God, inevitably you're sinning, and it doesn't matter what your subjective feelings about the situation is. It's like, is murder wrong? Depends on what I believe. No. There's an absolute objective morality that's built into us. The Muslims call that the fitra. The other people, they call it your consciousness. But you know that when you do bad onto others, you feel it in yourself. Every action has a opposite and equal reaction. I think I said that right, to you. So if you do harm unto the world does harm unto you, and you can feel it. You do harm for yourself. You blind yourself. I have a friend. You know what? I do have a nephew, by the way, but I won't tell you about my nephew. I have a friend. My friend has a beautiful girlfriend. Beautiful girlfriend. But in his mind, he thinks that his girlfriend's not pretty enough. So he ruins it for himself. So in our delusions, I wonder how many things we ruin for ourselves by not adopting the right value hierarchy. The right value hierarchy. So when you're chasing other people's value hierarchy, so you want their protection, look what happens. All of a sudden, they're dropping bombs on Baghdad. And you wonder how that happened. Well, maybe because the leaders, 1940, the people who were put in there, maybe those people sold out. Maybe they did. And maybe there's bases allowed in these countries where they shouldn't be. You know, in Colombia, because I go to Colombia all the time, and I go train like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. Like there, I meet a lot of American soldiers. And they went to war. They went to Iraq. They went to Afghanistan. They went to places that they shouldn't have gone. And I'll tell you something, man. They hate their country because of it. They hate their country because of it. But how did that happen? How did you go from the Muslim world go from a place where they would have each other's back to now where you're doing hit under the table arms deals with people who are, you know, 1 connection, 2 connection, 3 connections. They're dropping bombs on these people. It's like you're providing it. You're interconnected there. But maybe, if you just follow the book, believers should not take disbelievers as guardians. This country, Saudi Arabia, shouldn't be getting arms from these other groups of people. Shouldn't get arms from the United States. They shouldn't be arming the United States is arming Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is using those arms to bomb Yemenis people. Like, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but you see my point. Look how we betray. Look how we just betray each other as human beings. Look how we betray each other. But imagine a Muslim is killing a Muslim. You're dropping boom, boom, bombs on bombs. What are you doing? What are you doing? How did you get to that point? How did you get to that point where people are just killing each other? The Iraqis and the Iranians killing each other. It's like, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable that we got this far. They did that. No, the wrong that you do to other people is the wrong that you do to your own soul. Your soul is the experience of this place, like it's a movie. It's the experience of this place. And somebody hurts you, so you hurt them back. But who are you to take revenge? Wouldn't it be better on your soul if you forgave? Wouldn't it be better on your soul if you forgave? And then if you find out what the non-Muslims at the time of Muhammad, what they did to him, they starved him. The Muslims, they had to eat leaves. They were starved to death. Muhammad, he had stones on his stomach so his stomach wouldn't fall in because of how much he was starving. And then he went back to Mecca, and what did he do? He forgave all those people. It's like, that'll teach you something. That'll teach you something right there. But pay attention. Pay attention, because he knew. Look at the story about Omar on the way to kill Muhammad. On the way to kill him. Becomes Muslim. And then is he tortured with it? Is he hit over the head with it? No. Forgive people. It'll lighten the burden on your soul. I hope that made sense. I know maybe I say controversial things, but I love you all. Goodbye.